So, if you read the title, you're probably thinking, what on God's green earth is Joshua talking about now? He just came back to making videos and he's already rambling. Well, yeah. So, for about 6 years, I could not breathe out of the right side of my nose. Not just like, oh, it's a little stuffy, like literally nothing. To the point where I tried nasal sprays and I would go and it would come back out. Like nothing was getting through there, which made it tough to sleep or lay down or any of that because I couldn't breathe laying down. And so I just always assumed, oh, it's a sinus infection. In fact, that's what my doctors always said. I'd go to the doctor, I'd say, oh, I can't breathe through my nose. They'd give me some medicine. It'd start to clear it up, and then it would be gone again. And so I just figured, oh, this is just weird. And I did start getting concerned because I'm thinking, I should be able to breathe through the right side of my nose, right? Like, what could be going on? So April of this year rolled around, and I started feeling just sick. Like it felt like an actual sinus infection, except my face started melting, which I will put a picture of it somewhere around here. But so I go to my parents and I'm like, this doesn't look good. And they're always so hesitant about taking me to the emergency room, which I completely understand because I got the heart condition and all that. They don't want to think about the possibility of something being wrong with me again. And so finally it was like midnight of around the end of April. I'm finally like, I can't. I feel like I am actually dying. And like my face was going numb and things like that. So we went to the emergency room and we're thinking, oh, they're gonna give me like a shot or something and everything will be cleared up and we'll be home. So I'm laying there and they want to do a CT scan. I'm like, fine, I've done plenty of those before. Let's do it. And so they do it, and I'm laying there waiting for the results. And the doctor comes in. The doctor's face, he was just completely pale. You'd think he'd have seen like a dead body or something. And just immediately I'm thinking, oh no, this is not good. And he goes, okay, we're gonna need to get you a room upstairs. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine, totally understand. And so they take me up to a room, they get me settled and everything, and I'm laying there, and my parents, they don't know what's going on, so they're just like, okay, we're gonna go on home. Let us know if you need anything. And I'm like, okay, I don't think so, because still in my mind I'm thinking I'm just having a weird reaction to something. About 5 minutes after my parents leave, this doctor comes in and he leans down next to me and he goes, Joshua, have you informed, does your family know that you're here? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Does your wife and children know? And I'm thinking, what on earth are you talking about? Wife and children? Do I look like I have a wife and children? Does this place look like I'm married? The toilet seat's up, man. And so I kind of react like that. I'm just kind of like, what you talking about? And he goes, well, I'm your surgeon and you have surgery in about 2 hours. And I just wanted to let you know that. And he walks out. Just immediately I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is this? And so yeah, 2 hours later, they are prepping me for surgery, and I'm laying there thinking, what kind of surgery am I having? What are they doing? And right as they start putting the anesthesia in, right before I'm knocked out, I hear the surgeon say, if this boy hadn't been here by Friday, he'd be dead. You know, those are the last words you want to hear before you black out. And when I came to, I was just like, whoa, what happened? Turns out I didn't have a sinus infection. It turns out it was similar to a deviated septum, to the point where there was literally no way for any air or anything to pass through the right side of my nose, and somewhat blocked on the left side as well. And what had happened, the reason my face was falling apart, was I had gotten an actual sinus infection, and because it wasn't able to travel like through my nose, it started going up and getting into my head. So what they had to do was drill through my mouth, up through my nose, and into my head to get it out. Yeah, that's something you don't expect to think about. So yeah, now I got a couple holes in my skull, or a couple extra ones. But thankfully, after I started seeing another doctor who was keeping me updated and looking, making sure everything's fine. My sinuses, I got a couple extra places where there wasn't air before, but everything's fine now. But it's just one of those strange things where, now if I ever get any sort of sick, it's just this weird thought of, what could this actually be? Is this just a sinus infection, or am I about to die? So my message to you all is, don't take health problems lightly. If you're just sneezing or coughing, sure, but if it's something that lasts for a couple of days, or especially a week, get it checked out, because you never know what it could actually be.